Starting position 1-1. Transporter forward 3-2. Transporter forward 1-3. Transporter forward 3-4. Transporter forward 1-1. Starting position 2-1. Transporter forward 4-2. Transporter forward 2-3. Transporter forward 4-4. Transporter forward 2-1. Starting position 3-1. Transporter forward 1-2. Transporter forward 3-3. Transporter forward 1-4. Transporter forward 3-1. Starting position 4-1. Transporter forward 2-2. Transporter forward 4-3. Transporter forward 2-4. Transporter forward 4-1. Starting position 1-1. Forward transporter 2-3. Forward transporter 3-1. Forward transporter 4-3. Forward transporter 1-1. Starting position 1-2. Forward transporter 2-4. Forward transporter 3-2. Forward transporter 4-4. Forward transporter 1-2. Starting position 1-3. Forward transporter 2-1. Forward transporter 3-3. Forward transporter 4-1. Forward transporter 1-3. Starting position 1-4. Forward transporter 2-2. Forward transporter 3-4. Forward transporter 4-2. Forward transporter 1-4. Starting position AA. Transporter forward CB. Transporter forward AC. Transporter forward CD. Transporter forward AA. Starting position BA. Transporter forward DB. Transporter forward BC. Transporter forward DD. Transporter forward BA. Starting position CA. Transporter forward AB. Transporter forward CC. Transporter forward AD. Transporter forward CA. Starting position DA. Transporter forward BB. Transporter forward DC. Transporter forward BD. Transporter forward DA. Starting position AA. Forward transporter BC. Forward transporter CA. Forward transporter DC. Forward transporter AA. Starting position AB. Forward transporter BD. Forward transporter CB. Forward transporter DD. Forward transporter AB. Starting position AC. Forward transporter BA. Forward transporter CC. Forward transporter DA. Forward transporter AC. Starting position AD. Forward transporter BB. Forward transporter CD. Forward transporter DB. Forward transporter AD. Starting position 1A. Transporter forward 3B. Transporter forward 1C. Transporter forward 3D. Transporter forward 1A. Starting position 2A. Transporter forward 4B. Transporter forward 2C. Transporter forward 4D. Transporter forward 2A. Starting position 3A. Transporter forward 1B. Transporter forward 3C. Transporter forward 1D. Transporter forward 3A. Starting position 4A. Transporter forward 2B. Transporter forward 4C. Transporter forward 2D. Transporter forward 4A. Starting position A1. Forward transporter B3. Forward transporter C1. Forward transporter D3. Forward transporter A1. Starting position A2. Forward transporter B4. Forward transporter C2. Forward transporter D4. Forward transporter A2. Starting position A3. Forward transporter B1. Forward transporter C3. Forward transporter D1. Forward transporter A3. Starting position A4. Forward transporter B2. Forward transporter C4. for transporter D2, for transporter A4. Starting position A1, transporter forward C3, whoops, transporter forward C2, transporter forward A3, transporter forward C4, transporter forward A1, starting position B1, transporter forward D2, transporter forward B3, transporter forward D4, transporter forward B1, starting position C1, transporter forward A2, transporter forward C3, transporter forward A4, transporter forward C1, starting position D1, transporter forward B2, transporter forward D3, transporter forward B4, transporter forward D1. Starting position 1A, forward transporter 2C, forward transporter 3A, forward transporter 4C, forward transporter 1A, starting position 1B, forward transporter 2D, forward transporter 3B, forward transporter 4D, forward transporter 1B, starting position 1C, forward transporter 2A, forward transporter 3C, forward transporter 4A, forward transporter 1C, starting position 1D, forward transporter 2B, forward transporter 3D, forward transporter 4B, forward transporter 1C, 1D.